Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of my beginner series and tutorial and tricks and all that stuff. Today we will be looking at the game Tigil 2 Renaissance, and first off, I have the Faggots Mega Mod Pack installed because it expands on the game. The Faggot is basically the guy that made the game. There's a lot more people that made the game, but the studio is over and he just went on developing it single-handedly. You should probably get this mod, to be honest. Like, it's really good, and there is just like no downside having it. So, also it fixes a lot of bugs and like multiplayer issues and all that kind of jazz, but we will get into it later. So, now let's just click single player and I will just try to lead you through it. So let's get into it. So there are some tutorials. I never actually played them, I just went straight into the game. I don't even think I watched some tutorials before. I think I just learned all of it alone on myself. Okay, so let's just start the game. So first, you will see this screen. So on the left, you can see the different maps that you can select. There is quite a lot of them. I recommend starting in maybe like this is good for like a start world. Basically, you just select a map that you want, and you can also click on a castle or a city or a village or anything you want to start in. So for example, I have these three cities here, or like two cities and one small village, and I can click here and hometown will be Hanover. If I don't click on anything, it will just be purely random. Here on the small map you can also see a few other stuff. These are mines and these are forests, so that can come in handy when, well, you need it. There are some few sliders that you can actually like change. So less ambience. This should it says that it will increase your demand on your computer, so it might lag. I think you should have this on all the time. I'm not sure though, but I think it caused some problems. I'm not sure, but yeah, sometimes this game can be buggy, so be prepared for that. And no random events is. Yeah, if you don't want random events, you should have this checked, but I usually like it, so I just keep it on because it adds flavor to the game, I feel like. Okay, so now, there are years spread around and cancel meetings. So basically, each day is one season and also 1 year. It's kinda weird, but like at the end of each day, the year went up by 1. But it also changes the season, so from spring to summer, from summer to autumn, from autumn to winter, from winter to spring again, and like this. So you can actually, like, each day you experience a different season, and each day the year can go up, like, either per 1, 2, 3, or 5, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I usually keep it on 1 because I like keeping my character, and yeah, it's kinda easier to manage, you don't really have to rush anything. And council meetings, I usually do 2 or 4, which 4 is like a real long time. So it might be the best to just keep it on 2. Then we can just select our hometown, so we can go to Hameln. Sure. Game mode. Now, I have never actually tried out the other ones, so I don't know how they work. Well, time limit, I guess you have just... Okay, so you have some time here. I don't know what you're supposed to do in here. In like the... Yeah, I don't really know why you would do that. Missions, get rage. Right. So these are just like some missions, and after that I guess the game ends. So I don't really know why you would want to do these. Extinction is basically like just kill all the enemy factions that there are. I usually do just Dynasty Mode, which never ends, even if all the other dynasties get killed. So you can just play ultimately for like there is no like end. So yeah, I guess that's the best way to go around it. Then there's the number of dynasties. I usually keep that pretty high, so I guess that 10 is good. And then there's the difficulty. I play on the harder difficulty. You can play on the hardest, but I found out that playing on the hardest is not fun. Like, it's not really about the competition anymore, because in Faggots mod you can actually make like potions, and like the AI actually utilizes it more, so they use potions more and all that kind of jazz. But the problem with that is that they always start to target you and only you. Like, constantly you will have your buildings being fired upon, they will explode, your character will just get a lot of like elixir sprayed on their face. Just, yeah, they will give you a really bad time, like, all the time, and it's not really fun. So just keep it on this one, which is kind of manageable. Then you can select your coat of arms. This really doesn't change anything except for like the color of your dynasty. I usually pick this black because I think it looks cool. And yeah, I guess we can start here. So here is your first name and your last name. I select Czechianball because I'm Czechianball, of course. Then there are your classes. These are really important and really decide a lot of stuff. So you can be either patron, you can be craftsman, you can be scholar, or you can be rogue. Now, if you would now tell me that you don't know what these means, I would completely believe you, because before I played this game, I really did not know what these are. So patron is basically a farmer. He specializes in food production, farms, mills, pubs, and probably like a weaving mill too. No, weaving mill is of the craftsman. He also has like an orchard, which is where the trees grow, and you get fruit from that. You can select if you want to be a male or a female, so I'll select male here. And then you have your Zodiac sign. The Guild 2 actually cared about Zodiac signs before they were cool, and all they do is basically they give 1 point to some of your talents. I think they go... No, they're random. Okay, they're random, but you can actually... The first one is just Constitution, which... Yeah, we will go around the talents. I will just tell you which I like, which I don't like, which are useless, which are good. And yeah, and so... That's the patron. Then there's the craftsman. He crafts stuff, he uses raw materials most of the time and makes them into some better one, like nails, which can be there for the use to craft some other stuff. He also uses ores and yeah, just like pretty much a lot of raw resources. And he can also make a lumberjack so he can get those resources. Then there is the scholar. He's the intelligent guy, he's the man of faith, he has the churches, he has the banks. He is like the highly educated, but he will need a lot of materials like iron, silver or gold, or even diamonds. So yeah, he's pretty expensive for upkeep. You will need to buy a lot of expensive stuff and expensive resources for his workshops, but he is really fun to play. He also can do a hospital, which a lot of the pubs need when there is like a sickness, and you can make some hefty buck on it. Also, given that he's a banker, it works well, but in the original game, the banking system does not work, and for me, it actually does not work even with the mod pack. It worked for me before when I played with the mod pack, but it does not work for me now. Maybe it will again, I don't know if that was just some kind of a bug or something. But yeah, the mod should fix the banking system and it should work properly. And there is the Rogue. The Rogue One. Maybe you know him from Star Wars. He's the bandit, he's the killer, he's the murderer and thief. He has all the criminal activities of the world. And he usually in multiplayer is banned because, yeah, he's kinda OP, his stuff is kinda OP and yeah. But usually how I play it, because yeah, rogues are pretty OP and pretty unique in how they play. I usually just select some other stuff than rogue, or when I play multiplayer I just say, okay dude, I know rogue is the best guy, but let's select some of the other three, and then we can marry a rogue lady or a man. And so yeah, it's just about the first few classes before that, because rogue can get pretty OP and can actually like kill you in a few minutes on the start of the game, and that's not really fun. So yeah, for today's gameplay, I guess I will be selecting a craftsman. I played patron like when I first started out, which I think is cool. It's pretty like boring because you're basically selling raw resources most of the time when you get a farm for like a low amount of money. So there isn't much money flowing, but you don't really have to buy anything to craft and stuff like that. So that's pretty good, at least. And can be good if you like for the beginning, I guess, because you don't actually have to buy that much stuff. But yeah, I will go for the craftsman to show you all the other stuff. Then there is the religion. There is the Catholic faith, and then there is the Protestant faith. The difference between those two other than game, like role-playing reasons, of course, is that Catholic people, when you're Catholic, Catholic people will like you more, and the Protestant people will dislike you more, which is kind of obvious, but also, that I have written it here, Catholic people can, since all your workshops produce goods, even churches produce goods, and the max level of your church actually produces, when you're Catholic, produces indulgences, which is like the stuff you give to people when they pay off their crimes. And this way you can actually get rid of crimes that you have committed or someone else has committed, or you can give it as a gift to someone and they will be happy. And yeah, it's a gift for rich citizens, and you can get your evidence that someone found on you. You can just buy indulgence and it will all go away, which is pretty good. It also gives you smear, I think, like a papal bull or something like that. I think it's from the Pope. Or maybe it's called exclamation paper, I don't know, it's just like one of the most top tier items you can craft in the church. And with this paper, you can actually put it on someone, and he will get publicly hated by everybody else. And I don't think he will be committing a crime, but yeah, everybody will just hate him. So that's an interesting thing to have. The other is Protestant, which has the best papers that he has is basically that he can instantly convert everybody, not even caring about the rhetoric skill. He can just convert everybody in a radius, which can be pretty good, as more people that will then come to your church meetings and stuff like that. So yeah, I will just select Catholic. I don't really care about these too much. And so yeah, we are getting to the talent. So the talent menu. There's a lot of them, and you can see like the plus signs, the normal sign, or the minus sign. And these are determined by your class. So if I take like a different class, I will have different stuff I'm good at. So I'll take the Craftsman. The Zodiac sign also, when there is a plus, and there is a plus, it goes both the same, and even though I have 2 in these, so it will actually get something cheaper for you, and that is why I always take Aries. Why? Because Constitution, having 2 Constitution at the same cost is pretty good. As you can get life points and number of inventory slots, and life points is basically how long your character will survive through this game, which is really good. As yeah, you just want to survive as long as you can. I guess you can also take like Handicraft. That will make your production faster. But anyway, let's not get there yet. So yeah, Constitution, number of inventory slots, you don't really need that, but the life points so you can survive longer is really good. Dexterity, it's the speed of movement and dodging in battle, pickpocketing, bullet ray, and dodging in a duel. So that's mostly for the rogue, but dodging in duels can be important because when someone insults you, you can either let it slide, or you can actually take him on a duel, and you will go on the dueling ground and you can shoot him. When you have this skill high, you have actually a large chance to kill him and get rid of him, which is really good. The speed of movement can also be pretty good. Charisma. Charisma gives you permanent favor bonus, so people like you more, just on like your base likeness is just higher. Courting, it's easier to court someone. You don't really need this for courting like the normal people. There is and begging. I have never like really found out how to do begging. I guess you need like a rogue Vagabond Cam and then you can beg. But I don't really think this is needed. I think you can just skip this entirely. Well, the permanent favor bonus is pretty good, but other than that, it's pretty much useless because when you court someone, you can just do it easily. You can have one skill in this, and it will go fine when you start courting like the workers, right? So when you find like a girl that is a worker, she works in a pub or something, and you start courting her, then yeah, it's pretty easy to get her. When you try to court someone that is like of higher status or has more skills and is just more level up than level 1, then it can be harder, and you should probably get charisma, but you don't really. It's pretty much useless to court somebody that is higher rank than you. I think that when you court someone like that, it will give you a bonus of 50% discount on buying titles, on higher titles, because in this game you actually have titles, and you start like as a low citizen or yeoman or however they call, and you get like up, you get like first class citizen, you get like baron, you get duke, and you get into the nobility, and you just are going up the chain. So yeah, I guess if it gives you actually like a title fee reduction cost, it can be good, but only for that title and the titles like under it, not any titles that are higher than the title that your partner has. So yeah, I guess it's pretty useless, this one. Martial skills, attacks in battle and attacks in duel. So yeah, these two are also pretty good. Wait, I guess the dexterity is, yeah, dodging in duel, so that's how you dodge, so he doesn't actually shoot you. So that's pretty good if you don't aim to kill him. If you want to kill him, then you should probably get your martial arts skill. Handicraft is the production speed in businesses, and I think this works for all businesses, so even like a church is also a business. All buildings should be businesses, if I'm correct. Probably does not work when you're a robber and you just rob people and pickpocket, then there's not really any speed in that. Then there's the stealth. Yeah, you can just hide illegal actions better, so they won't find you and actually won't put you to court, which always comes in handy when you're doing some illegal activity, of course. Rhetoric. So rhetoric, that is for courting again. So this is the same, marriage and lovers, and this is marriage and lovers. Okay, so it's the same. Trade. Goat employees. You can make your employees go faster when you press a button, and this will increase the efficiency of that. I never really use it. I just don't like doing that. Threats. You can send a threat to someone. You can threaten the council. Political meetings, right? You can threaten the council so they don't actually, so they vote for you and they don't throw you out of your place and replace you with someone else. And if you have high rhetoric, which you probably should when you want to get into politics, you should probably just take these, as you can make threats. If you have low rhetoric and you want to make a threat, they will just laugh at you and it won't go well for you. Trials. Yeah, when you put on a trial, you can actually say you're not guilty and they will believe you if you have a large rhetoric skill. Taunts in duels. Yeah, so this is for the duel type. I'm not really experienced in this. You can taunt them. I don't know what that gives you, but yeah, you can just do that. Bribery. You can bribe people, and yeah, you can just give them money. They will do what you want. I have not really experienced how to do these, because usually you will have to pay off very rich citizens when you want to get like the higher position, and they want a lot of money. So yeah, I usually avoid that. And Quack Slave, which is, I believe, I believe it's healing on the streets or something like that. I'm not really sure. I think it's it has to do something with a scholar, but I'm not sure. I think it's just like giving money. And wait, so what's next? Yeah, so empathy, seeing through rhetoric. I don't really know how this works. Seeing through stealth. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this works. I guess seeing through stealth means you will see more illegal actions. Seeing through these, I really don't know how this works, because usually then they just like make something up, and yeah, I don't really know the difference between that. You can't really tell if they're lying or not. And so yeah, it's pretty much useless. And then Arcane Knowledge, which gives you larger time effect on artifacts. You can actually use some artifacts. This will just make them last longer. The artifacts can be used more quickly. You can stock purchase warrants. Warrants are basically a paper that you can buy for certain good, or like material, right? And you can actually select like, yeah, I want to buy this. I will buy this warrant of iron. And when you actually go into your home and you use it, you will get like, for one warrant, maybe like 10 iron bars, and you can just take them. It's pretty good. I usually don't use them, but when I like, sometimes I do it for fun, and you can get some good stuff out of it. It will make you profit, most likely. Worker production speed in businesses of the scholar. Right, I did not actually know that. Or I guess I probably knew it, but I forgot it. This is actually interesting. So if you have a large arcane knowledge, your workers will work faster if you're a scholar. Huh. High handicraft skill allows you and your employees in your building to manufacture goods at higher speeds. I guess this... Huh. So is this only for the craftsman, and is the arcane knowledge for scholars? I am not sure, actually. This is an interesting thing I might have not known. I will have to research upon this, but it seems like this, if you're playing scholar, your best bet is to get arcane knowledge for faster businesses. And alchemistic experience, which they work somehow. I really did not find it how they work. I wanted to try it a few days ago, but it needed an item for the experiment, and I did not know which item it was. I tried to find that, but I could not. So I guess if I was to make like a advanced guide, I will try to find the info and tell you guys. So yeah, I'm a craftsman, so I'll just get the handicraft bonus. And now that I think of it, maybe if I get the handicraft bonus first, because usually you can just until the end of the game you can get a lot of perks before you die. So I guess you can get the constitution and getting the handicrafts at the start of the game, because you won't die at the start of the game. You really don't need health at the start. So if I just like try to find which one gives me handicrafts, and it would be really cool if it was like, if it wasn't just like randomly placed here, you know, that would really come in handy. But apparently not. Apparently it's just like all switched up, and it's everywhere. But I think I'm getting there. Well, I will have to, right? So I'm Scorpio. Yeah, and okay, so Capricorn. Capricorn gives you one more handicraft bonus. And yeah, I guess we can start here. I'm Henry Ball. I have renamed myself. Alright. Well, then you have just like your features. You can just select how you want your character to look like. I usually go for this. Or I usually go for no hair. No headgear at least. Which I can't really... Why do I have headgear? I guess I can... Yeah, I have to switch to some different... I have to switch to some different hair to get rid of the headgear, I guess. Yeah, so I will just want... I just want my... Yeah, this one. This is pretty good. Wait, why can't I get headgear? What is this? Oh, right. Okay, so I will get this one. It's pretty fine. I like how it looks. And... Yeah, I guess you can just change your voices.
No sweet without sweat.
Time for work.
In my business, we work
Quitting
conscientiously.
time? What's that?
Time for work.
Yeah, sure, I will get this. And let's start the game. Finally, after a long time, like 20 minutes it might have been, let's get into it. Alright. And first thing you want to do, and what Fajid's done, if I read that correctly, you can actually you can click on this town hall, which here in this list you can actually see all the buildings you can buy in this city, and before all the other AI buys the buildings, so you actually can choose if you want any. But yeah, this is just like going maybe way too fast. So here we are. We spawned before our house. This is our house, and yeah, we're on this map. So you can see some walls here. Those are like special stuff. They really don't do anything, so you don't really have to care about it that much. Okay, so let's do it in some order. So in the top left you have your family, name, your crest, and when you actually select a person, he will be here. So he is here. And now that I think of it, I actually did not show you how I actually opened the information about the skill. So that's right click, and you can holding right click, right? And you can actually do this for a lot of stuff. So I can just move my mouse over this guy, and I can right click on him, and it will show me a lot of stuff about him. So currently this is my guy. I like know a lot about him, right? So I can see he has no office, he is a commoner, he is not in a guild office, he has no guild or imperial reputation, and he has these skills. He's also poor, he's righteous, and there are his assets, how much money he has, right? And this is the level also that he has. Higher level means more skills and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just better, like, yeah, it's just a level. And this also shows you if he's a craftsman or stuff like that. I usually don't use these. I just right click and see here if he is a craftsman. Yeah, that's what I do. So Next up, this is your money. I think the money is calculated on your difficulty. So the starting money you get is when you play on lower difficulties you get more money. When you play on harder difficulties you get less. But you always will have enough money so you can actually start a business. Then there is the day, the year, of course, the season. The season also is indicated by this round thing. That is the time of the day, and then there is the player, right? And you can have two more characters. If your family is bigger than that, you will have to manage groups. You will like have to get rid of one guy and add another one to this group, and yeah, it's kind of finicky. Anyway, so here are also like the most important things. So here is the town hall, here is the market, and here is the hut. You can also like select other markets in other cities. But yeah, let's stay in this one for the time being. You can also turn off some stuff. I usually do turn off residential buildings when I am more in the game, so I can actually like navigate better around my workshop because I can have then like 40 different buildings. Alright, so this is it. The more buildings you build, they will all be in here, sorted for you. The next one is important units. If you click this will show you an overview of your family, your unemployed people. This is pretty much useless, these two. The best candidate shows you women that are good for you. They also tell you which class they have, so you can just select your partner by the class you want. Different classes can build different buildings. When you don't have that class, you can build that building. You also have a non-aggression pact. These are like the people that are not hostile to you and should not do bad things to you, and your neutral people that can turn enemies or friends depending on how you play the game. There's also a building overview. It shows you who owns it, who works there, what's the value, and yeah, other stuff like that. Then there is the Dynasty Mode. So this is basically like this one, right? But this is for your dynasty. It always shows the one person you have selected, and you can just tweak stuff in here. You can add levels when you get more experience by working or doing stuff. It shows status, so that is basically this thing at the bottom, and it shows your abilities, which we will look into now. So the abilities are here, and you get one on level 2, you get one on level 4, you get one on level 7, and you get one on level 10. But it also works like each level 2. So each 2 levels you get one of this point. So at level 2 you get 1 point in this one, in like level 2, right? At level 4 you get one more point to level 4, but also 1 more point to level 2, right? When you're level 7 you get 1 point in this one. When you're level 6, you will get 1 point in level 2. When you are level 8, you will get 1 point in level 4, 1 point in level 2. And when you're finally the maximum level, level 10, you will get a point in level 10, and I think in level 2, right? And there are quite some different perks and all that stuff. I guess you will just have to go through it yourself. I go for educated. You can take perks, as many perks as you want of the same type. So I usually get educated because it gives you 5% more experience, so you can experience your person better, and yeah, it's pretty good idea. Here I go for Constitutional Miracle, I think, which gives you an additional constitution for free, because in the game you can actually get only 10, I believe, only 10 skills, like perks, right? But with this perk you can actually get 1 more or 2 more if you take it, so you can survive longer time. Now that I think of it, maybe I was always picking the level, like the area star, this one, because I would actually survive longer, but I don't know if that's connected. I should probably research into that more. But yeah, this level 4 Constitutional Miracle gives you more life over the top, so you can actually have like 12 levels, and it will go like over the UI, I think, because it's over than 10, and they didn't really count on that, I guess. You can also get some interesting things like Grid Preacher and yeah, more believers, good venue at a scholar and stuff like that. Then you have 7. yeah, this is just some interesting stuff. This will protect your churches and against law and stuff like that. And level 10, those are like your final and just most interesting perks. I usually go for Miracle or Halo. Halo gives you that you look. Oh no, also Dorian Grace. So with Dorian Grace, you live 20 years longer than you would normally live, so you live a very long time. But your charisma is 1, so yeah, it comes at a cost. Then you also have a Miracle that gives you random bonuses. I think it's 4 levels. Yeah, 4 random talents. And Halo just makes you look more innocent. Because of this, guys, is that you can't be kidnapped, right? Yeah, you can be the victim of trashing, pickpocketing, and kidnapping, and they won't actually believe you. You will lose 1 charisma talent, and they won't actually believe you that you did something bad, I think. So or maybe it's with Halo. So they won't really believe you. Believe the person that accused you of a crime. They won't actually believe him if they tell them that he saw you kill somebody. They just won't believe you. I think it's for murder or something like that. Oh no, the worst crime is ignored. Right. And then there's the family tree. This will get progressively and progressively bigger as you play on. Then there is the politics tab. Here you can see the different cities. Once the city gets bigger, more slots will be joined in this pyramid scheme. So there will be one more, there will be one more. And you can apply to these positions when you have the big enough title. There's the application fee and the income. There are the people that can elect the person and how many applicants there are. Also, only the maximum of 4 people can be applied, can be applying for an office, and how many are applying, you can see it in here, in like, you will see just like 4 smaller portraits of the people that are applying. And yeah, this also tells you a requirement. You can see the lesser citizen. You need to be a lesser citizen to make this work. The next one is diary. Here it tells you a story. It like writes a story of stuff that happened. Here is a date book. It shows you dates you should care about, like meetings of the cities, the city meetings, and like trials and yeah, stuff like that. Books of evidence. Here you can see evidence that is on you or on some other people. You can also destroy some evidence if you want to, but of course on some other people, not your own evidence. And the mission book. So I guess there's like the mission overview. It's on Dynasty Mode, so you can play however long you want. Right. Then there's the show map. You can actually press M to open it. And this shows you an overview of your entire map. So as we can see, we started down here. There's the village in the middle. And then there is the big city again on the top. Here you can see actually the resources that are harvested here. So there is a spot for mining iron, silver, gold, precious stones, stone blocks, pine wood. These are basically raw materials that your production facilities or like buildings will use. So it's a smart idea to put them next to the resources, so your employees don't have to walk far to get them. And yeah, so as close as you can get will give you the best and the fastest resource collection and production. Next up, on the left side, there is the filter. You can just filter messages here. I guess I will just turn everything on. You should have tips and tricks for your few games. Generally, you don't really need it. It will get cluttered a lot. So yeah, I recommend turning these 3 off. You can also turn off, I guess, intrigues maybe. Competitors, I guess you can turn that off too. The rest you should probably keep because there's some important stuff in there. Then there's options, so that's basically escape. And then there is the construct building. And here are all the constructions that you can build. I'm currently in the Craftsman tab because I have Craftsman selected, but I can click on the other ones to see the other buildings that I can build. I can also build miscellaneous, which all the people can build. So you can buy like a house, and you can buy better houses when you have bigger ranks, and you can build mansions then when you are a patrician or a nobleman, and then you can build country estates, which are very, very cool, very large, very expensive. This one costs, well, yeah, 100,000 200,000, 400,000. And yeah, they're very expensive, they give you some new stuff, and yeah, they're very interesting. Also, one thing to keep in mind, you can actually, you don't have to buy these each time you reach reach a new level. You can just click on your building and there should be an upgrade building. And this goes basically for all the buildings that there are in the game. So you can just upgrade this one to this one and to this one. And you don't have to always buy a new one, you just upgrade it from the old one. This just basically indicates that this is a tree, it can go either this way or this way. And yeah, you can upgrade from mansion to country estate. You will have to build a country estate because it's really big. And yeah, so that's one thing to keep in mind. There's also towers that can protect your businesses when you're outside of the city. And a storehouse, which I never really use. But it might be a good idea when you have a lot of resources, for example. Okay, so there are the different buildings, and I should really like start pick up the pace, because I guess I'm pretty slow at explaining stuff. I just want you guys to understand it well. Basically, craft, farm, estate farm, farming, there are some animals, there can be some fields. You will actually need to go into the... No, it's at the bottom, right? Yeah, there is a corral. Corral is for animals. Field is for wheat and stuff. And yeah, so you will have to buy these two at the bottom for the craft to actually start working. Then there is the bake shop. There you make bread from flour and stuff like that. Flour is got, you can get flour from the windmill, but the windmill costs a lot of money, so at the start of the game you won't really be able to get that. I don't know about Scholar, but yeah, Patron has windmill and Craftsman have basically the woodcutter's hut that costs 5,000 too, and it's basically similar. This one turns stuff into wheat, which you can use in your other buildings. This one cuts down logs that you can use in your buildings too, and there is also a mine which costs a lot of money, but it will give you resources that are worth it pretty much. Then there's the public house, which I would really like to try because I didn't really get much into it, but basically you just make oatmeal and stuff like that you can sell to other people, and then those guys can go there after work and have a dinner, and they will buy your food straight from there, which will give you more profit. Fisher Shack. I really did not use Fisher Shack. I sometimes just buy it just to have that kind of business, but I really never use it. I guess it can be interesting though. You just get fish, you try to prepare them somehow, you can make meals out of them and sell them. I guess it can make you some hefty profit when you're playing on a map that has water in it. Then there's the windmill, so that makes flour. Then there's the orchardist, which is used for like the trees and stuff. And yeah, there is the corral in the field. Then there is the craftsman. Craftsman foundry, it's for daggers, tools, like nails and stuff like that, basically some iron tools. Then there is the smithy and goldsmithy. This gives you jewelry and weapons. Yeah, so this gives you weapons and armor, but this too should give you so this gives you few weapons and like most likely jewelry, so you'll need a lot of gold and diamonds for this to work, and even more for this. This is more focused on like the armor and arms, like weapons and stuff. So yeah, if you want weapons, you go this way. If you want golden like necklaces and stuff like that, you go this way. Then there is the Carpenter Shop. This is for logs, wood, and yeah, stuff like that. It's pretty good. Like, this is pretty OP, and I think this is what I will build in today's game. Then there is the weaving mill. This is used for simple leather, not leather, but like silk and stuff like that, just clothing. I also did not use it all that much, but I guess it can make you some profit. Then there is the brickery, which you should not probably use. I thought it was a really good investment, but no, it most likely not. I wouldn't recommend it. I think the most OP here is the Carpenter Shop, but yeah, you should really try everything out. Okay, next one up is the Scholar. He has the Tinka Tree. Tinka Tree can make you some potions and stuff like that, but very basic, nothing really too major. It can make like some healing stuff and stuff like that, I believe. And you can upgrade it to an alchemist workshop or magician workshop. The difference between those two being that Alchemist Workshop is more focused on the bright side. It gives you like healing potions and like potions of longer life and stuff like that. I believe, maybe I'm wrong on this one, but it gives you like the positive potions, potions of love and stuff like that. The Magician and Magician's Shop and Mage's Guild give you the bad ones, right? Like the poison and stuff like that. Then there are two types of churches. One is Catholic, one is Protestant. The difference is I said at the start of the video. But yeah, I think they're the same cost. They're basically same, but it just costs. It just produces the other stuff. You also like for each building you also need a level, so you can't straight away go for like this one because you'll need level 3. You will have to start at the start of, well, the building levels. Pest house, that is basically a hospital. Well, hospital is this one, but yeah, it is basically a hospital. You can heal people there. It's really important. You will need to use like the products that you make. You will need to use them on people. They will come to your infirmary, and you will have to assign one nurse to always do healing. And you can't really use her in production, which can really hinder your progress. And while the other ones just prepare medicaments or just collect stuff for it. So yeah, it can get a bit into the micromanagement side. I usually leave it on the AI, which you can actually give AI control over a building. I can show you that in like the advanced options. And yeah, sometimes when there is a sickness and you really need like some cure for that, sometimes the cure is not on the map. And that can cause really big problems because your character just might, well, he might just die because there won't be any infirmary or hospital to heal him because there won't be any cure. Nobody would have produced cure, which yeah can be a bit of a problem. Then there is the vault. They just basically collect human remains, their bones, their skulls, their clothing, and it's all for free, and you can make stuff from it. I guess this is a pretty profitable way. I never go for it. It just seems so weird and odd and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess it can make you some money. It's nothing really too major, but you don't really have to do much crafting. Yeah, you will have to look into that yourself. I guess it's worth it when you have like some businesses going on and you straight away buy the cemetery, so you have like the best objects and you can actually like do some good stuff. Also, this goes pretty well hand in hand. Scholar goes well hand in hand with Rogue, because people, before you start your sermon and you send your how they called, your monk, or well, just the guy that does the Catholic or like sermons, right? He just like stands there and preaches to everybody in the church, right? They are standing before the church, right? The people that want to attend the talk of the preacher. So you can actually take your thieves and you can actually rob the people before they get into the church, and you can do the same for the vault, because people actually go there to pray for their fallen and like to just come for the dead and just give them flowers or something. You can rob them while they're standing there, which probably is not very nice to do, but yeah, you can do that and just get a lot of money that way. Also, you can usually place this somewhere else than in the city, so the guards won't even see it. So yeah, it's a pretty good way to make money. Then there is the pawnbrokers. This is basically your bank and your bank account. It makes some good stuff, but it also needs a lot of resources that can be quite expensive. But it's a pretty good thing. On the credit system and stuff like that, I might make the advanced video. Alright, and final of them all is the Robber's Nest, which not the Robber's Nest. Finally, and after all this, we came to the Rogue. The Rogue's buildings, some of them, are quite special, because usually when you have your workers, they actually go home, they go to sleep, and they have like this day cycle when they get to work and start producing. But some of the rogues buildings don't have that. Those being Robber's Nest, Smugglers Hall, and Mercenary Quarters. And even no, Pirate Nest is not that. So yeah, so Mercenary Quarters, Smuggler's Nest, and Robber's Nest. These guys never go to sleep and they work 24 hours straight, just like your main character. So Robber's Nest is basically these guys just jump at carts that carry some goods, like some materials and stuff like that. They attack them and then they take their stuff into the nest and they just keep it. I wouldn't really recommend it as your first thing because a lot of your employees will die and that can cost a lot of money. And at the start of the game there aren't many cars to be ambushed anyway. Then there is the Smugglers Hall. These guys are the pickpockets. They steal money from people, and yeah, it's a really good and really nice thing to do. A lot of people say pubs are a good way of money. I've never really gotten into that, so I'm not really sure how this works. It needs a lot of management, so yeah, that is most likely why it wasn't really never profitable for me, because you need to set all your ladies to do some certain drinks, so things, so like bring drinks or just dance or get into a bathtub with someone or attract people, and there's just a lot of stuff that you have to do with these girls, and yeah, it's kind of micromanagement tedious to do. And then there is the Mercenary Quarters, which I absolutely love. These guys just stand on some ground and just collect toll from like transports. When a carriage just goes around, he's transporting the materials, he will just tell him to stop and pay him so he can actually cross from one side to another. You can just put these guys in between of like cities and just get a lot of money that way. And they also do a lot of more stuff, like the Robber's Nest also does a lot more stuff, Smugglers do a lot of stuff. These guys can kidnap people, and yeah, I might show you sometime else. But I haven't. I don't know how in base game, but in Fajit's mod pack they can make guns, which are pretty rare to do. So yeah, it costs 10,000, so you won't get access to this like in the base game, and maybe even like from the second level they can make guns. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. You can make ships and do some shit combat, but usually you won't really have a good ship from the pirate coast and pirate heaven, and you won't really be able to rob somebody that well. So I wouldn't really recommend these buildings, only for like the guns, so you can actually like equip your units with those. And then there is the Vagabond Cam. This is where like the gypsies are. You can send them out to like the different places, to the church, to the marketplace, to the town hall. Then they will stay there and they can like beg for money, or they can do like a crystal ball, they can play cards, and it makes you an absurd amount of money. And you can build these guys, you can build them in this city, you can build them in the other city, you can build them everywhere on the map, like at each city. And you can send each person to a different location. So one guy can be here, one guy can be here, one guy can be here, and one guy can be at the pub. And you can already imagine how well that goes when everybody is just collecting a lot of money and attracting people to get there. It's just, yeah, that is kind of crazy how well it can go for you. Anyway, I have paused the game, right, by clicking the plus and minus buttons. And the thing is that the game is paused now, but as you can see, the people move very slowly, but they do actually move. I don't think they weren't able... I think they weren't able to slow the game when they were making this, like totally. And so yeah, they move very slowly, and when you take an action in this mode, it will actually take a lot of time for it to work. So if I just click... Wait, what was it? If I click like upgrade building, right? Nothing happens. And now it starts just like get flickering, right? It starts flickering, as you can see. And here at the top left it will appear, but after a short time. If I move the speed up a bit, which does not work now because I have alt tapped. If you alt tap of the game, right? And then you come back, and then you can't modify your speed. You have to just click alt, the alt key, the left alt key. And it will fix it for you, right? So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And then you can just make the game faster again. And now if I click it, it's instantly basically here. And if you just slow it down again, and I try to do it again, it just takes way much more time for it to happen. But now to the end of the game, or not the game, but like the tutorial, a beginner's tutorial, I will make a Carpenter Shop, and I will make the Carpenter Shop. Right, where will I put it? I guess I'll put it here, right? It's just like in the middle. What is the? Yeah, the door is here. Okay, so I will just put it like here. You can put it like in the city, right? On these designated areas, and you will have to stick to this, right? But you can also put it outside, and you can just freely put it outside. The bonus of being in here is you really want to put it like residential buildings or like churches and infirmaries here in the city. And usually you just want your resource building to be put outside, because yeah, it's just a better idea to do overall. And to have them like this closer to your resource areas. Right, so I alt tapped again, so I will just press alt, do the speed to normal. I have a tip. Rhetorics increase the gain of favor during social interactions and also directly influences the outcome of political elections and trials. Yeah, so this is just... You will get some important and interesting tips here. But anyway, I will just run to the location. There are some like a few guys that will build it, and they should be hopefully ready in a second. Here you can see, down here you can see all the stuff you can do, and this can actually get bigger as you progress. So if you, for example, are a rogue and you buy because you can't do all the rogue activities at the start of the game, you can do only a few. So when you actually buy like the Smugglers Hall, which can steal people's cash, you will be able to do it in this menu. And yeah, it just goes for all of this. So when you're a patron and you buy a farm, you will be able to feed animals and sow crops on fields. You wouldn't be able to do it before.
A new building has been finished.
Alright, and we have that. So there are just some like interactions. This is for like finding some love and stuff like that. This is for taking items. This is roleplay pretty much. And yeah, we have a new building. So this is our worker, I believe. Or maybe he will just disappear. I'm not sure. Anyway, when you buy a building, you already have one worker working for you. So I will put him on making torches, and I will also put myself on making torches. Because it's the only... You will also get some resources, because it's the only resources that I have currently in my inventory. Anyway, I will move this cart to buy me some more goods, because I will want to have some oak wood, so I can make these wood carvings. Now, here are some more things. This is the product and storeroom. You can just click on people, and then you can just assign them on some different tasks to do. If they don't have the materials, they won't be able to do it. You can also click on this like menu, right? And if you don't want to use these guys, you will see them next to your cursor. You can just right click and it will deselect them. You can just click on these and like I don't want to cancel it, but if you have a guy here, you can just... Oh no. Wait, why did... So I guess it doesn't work when there are no materials, it seems. Anyway, when it actually does work, you can just right click on... Now it does not work. What? How is this? How is this working?
Yes.
How is this... You literally saw me do it, and I can't do it anymore. No, wait. Oh, right, because I'm stupid. I'm right clicking and not left clicking.
Yes,
yeah.
fine.
So I can just select this guy, this thing that he has here, and I can just select him to do some other stuff. Because sometimes when they are sleeping, they won't show you what they are producing, so you won't really know which one to move, so you don't mess up your production. And it's a pretty important thing to keep in mind. Okay, so I need some oak wood, right? Yeah, so I will just find the oak wood. And the more you buy it, and the less there is on the market, the higher the price will be. So you shouldn't really always buy the most stuff you can buy, unless it's like a premium stuff and you can't really get your hands on it any other way. What I'm currently doing is I'm selecting my card, right? And you can either like dispatch and just click here, and it would normally bring the window, or you can just select the card and right click, and then you will have unload, unload and return, and send only. So if you send it, he will go there, but he won't actually put the resources into the workshop. You can unload it, which will put the resources into the workshop, and the card will stay there. Or if I do unload and return, he will unload the resources and then get back to this place where the order started. So you should try to remember those. Hey, someone was courting here and doing some lover stuff. Anyway, that is the improved building. The most important things being this guy. This increases your productivity, so I will credit this. This increases the people that can work for you. It's a good idea to build buildings and buy people at the start of a new day, because you will have to pay for them each day, and yeah, if you buy them at the end when they are sleeping, they won't produce anything and it will just cost you a lot more money. Then there is the storage slots. This is how many storage slots you have, so I have like 6. This will give me additional slots, and there is also storage amount, so I can store here like maybe 40 resources. If I upgrade it, I can store 50 resources, for example, in one slot. There is also fire protection and burglary protection, so they can't rob you or they can't like set your building on fire. It's pretty good. And on the left side, you have your resources that you can produce. I currently only have all of them. If I upgrade my building to another level, I will have to purchase these new things to make. Right. So I have my card here, which is the card has to be closed for it to register, and my characters are here too. Alright, so I can put this new lady, I can put it on here, so that both of my guys do something, and yeah, I guess I can like take some leather and some nails to do like really everything. I'm guessing that will be a good idea. So I will just take the torches, I will upgrade these slots, so I have more of them, and I will buy some leather, I guess. Yeah, you can just right click on stuff when you have nothing selected, and it will actually show you the prices at each city and what you need to manufacture it, and what where you can manufacture it, and what people like it, which people like it, right? So you can like make some stuff for like rich citizens, and you can give them as a gift. So like the jeweler can make jewels, and you can give like golden jewels to some rich people and they will like you better. Or you can just give them cake and to some poor people and they will like you. You should usually match the things that the class wants with what they are giving them, so they don't get like angry at you for giving them something that they didn't want. Then there's the manage building, which I will cover in some other video. Change building name. Retail outlet just shows you how much money you are making or paying. This is in Fajit's mod, I believe. Evacuate building is you tell them to leave the building, for example, if it's on fire, and you don't want to be near fire because you can get burned, and that will cost a lot of money to fix. Your workers do have some different kinds of levels, so the more they work for you, the more they give you, and you can actually recruit different kinds of workers. But you should probably always go for the first one, because the other ones are not really worth it and they will cost you a lot more money per day. Tip 128. When hiring a new employee, all talents will be set to their base values with regard to the Zodiac sign. Thus it is of little use to scout for unemployed with certain talents. They will keep their level too. Right. So what this is implying, you can just click on everybody and you can just hire him as an employee, but it will reset his skill, so it's pretty much worthless. Right. So I'm just making some stacks. I can go very fast. I will just pick up these, and yeah, I will just unload them here. And when I get some more money, I will do some more storage slots. As luck would have it. Yeah, this is just like one of the random events. Yeah, and I have got a
Production has been interrupted.
And production has been interrupted. I have... Why? What don't I have? Oh, I don't have any wood.
Where would you like to go
okay,
to?
quickly.
Wherever it takes me.
Wait, maybe... whatever. Come on. I need some wood. And I might also get some leather now. So I'll get some pine wood and I will get some of that premium leather. And now I will just move it back and we are good to go. I love this game so much. Jesus. It's like SimCity, but... No, not SimCity. It's like The Sims, but less and more on the production side. Not like... Yeah, not like businesses, but... yeah, so I'll just select this guy and put him to work on here. And
Work is my
I
passion.
want this guy to work on this. I will slow it down a little and I will get some... nails, I guess, and some oak. Unload and return. I will upgrade the slots. Oh, I can't upgrade the slots anymore. Okay, so...
Production has been
Yeah, production has been interrupted, I know. Yeah, we have got a lot of money from this. And, I will just get some... What do I want? Oh, I forgot. Oh no, nails, right? I wanted nails. Wait, why is it not showing up? Oh, because I sent it away instantly.
Where to?
No.
The wagon
Stay here.
is already on my way.
And also nails, which are in the handicrafts, I believe. Right? No. Iron Mongery, right. Okay, I bought it and I have it. And let's get home. So I'm making a lot of money here. It's really nice. Yeah, so they will soon go home. But my character will just stay there and make stuff until he dies, I guess. Which will be hopefully in a long time. Now, we are coming to our first day, and I guess this is where I could end it. But I'm just gonna tell you a few more things to keep in mind. So, a very important thing is, while this game is really good, and I encourage everyone to play it who likes like Sims, strategy Sims, and stuff like that, it can corrupt saves, right? And, oh, by the way, you can just double click on a building and it will show you its interior, right? Why is it important? I will tell you now, other than just watching them. So what you have to do usually is you save the game, right? Save save video, right? You will save it, right? And then you will go into some building and then you will save it again. Save video to, like save video, yeah, save video. Again, right? And then you will go to like somewhere completely like somewhere else and look at something else and just be like this, for example. And then you will save it again, like sure. Never, and I can't stress that out. Never ever overwrite your save. Never ever save it again with the same name. If you do that, you will most likely get your save corrupt. And you have to do at least 3 saves before you leave. And 1 at least in interior. Because if you don't do that, the saves might corrupt and you won't have a functioning save. Some people, you can also, by pressing Q button, you can do quick saves. Some people say that it's better when you don't have autosaves on, but I would recommend having autosaves. But yeah, some people actually say it makes the problem worse, but I don't know how that works. Some person also said that saving in winter is a bad idea. I also don't know how much of that is true. Maybe something. But yeah, you should really take care of your saves and not freak it up. Oh, also, by the way, I forgot. To buy titles, you can just click here and you can just move your unit in there and you will have an option to buy a title, or you can just do it manually here. But I feel like it's nicer to just run there and buy it for yourself. And so yeah, I guess this is it for today's video. If you want me guys to do some follow-up on this, I might. I will probably do some other videos about some other games on like beginning tutorials, because I think it's really fun. But I have talked for like an hour. I hope you have stayed here. If you did, and if you want to learn about some new cool strategy games, then yeah, please feel welcome to subscribe, to comment. Yeah, if you can comment and tell me like if you couldn't understand something, I will try to reply as well as I can. Oh, she was saying something. Oh, she was like insulting me or something. Someone wants to buy a product. Oh right, they go to your facility, and then they want to buy your products, but they can't because there is nothing in stock. And you can see like those two lines here. This is where you can like put your stuff in. You can't really see it because I think Fajit got rid of the buying menu, but the AI will still use it for some reason. So you can actually like put stuff on display here, and they will try to buy it. But yeah, he kinda wanted to get rid of that. Normally it's in here, but I don't know why he did that. Anyway, so yeah, I saved the game, and maybe I can look if I have something interesting here. Kings. Oh, this looks interesting. So this is one of my saves, in which I have 3 millions in assets. So I can show you how, like, the bigger game looks. I think that can be pretty interesting. If I manage to open it and the game does not crash. If the game crashes, I guess... Okay, it did not crash. Nice. Oh, right, here's my guy, and he's an outlaw, because I kinda... Oh, I know what this is. Oh, he's Vulcan. Oh, he's Vulcan. As you can see, he looks interesting. And, here are my royal guards that follow him. And basically, this is how the city looks now. This is my church, and stuff like that. And this is a new city that I made. This wasn't here. These are military buildings. These are buildings I made. That was like my building. Yeah, this is an old save now that I think of it. But yeah, this is my Vagabond Cam. This is my woodcutter. Everything here is mine. Like, if you look from here, right? If you look here, everything you can see here is mine and wasn't here at the start of the game. I built all of this, and except for this one because this is like a city building, right? But yeah, everything else, it wasn't here, and it's mine. I'm just robbing people here. I'm making guns in here. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, and it's super cool. I love this game. I love this game so much. I love you for watching. So thank you, and have a good day. Bye.